Hey friends, wondering where I am? Well, today I'm in space. Well, do you know? Well, there are surprises in space. Well, today I have a surprise for you in space also and in land also. Well, what are you saying down there? Oh, how can it be possible on land? Just you watch it later in the video. First thing, guys, well, today, do you know a Russian spacecraft, Soyuz? Well, you know the space shuttle, right? Yes, I have a video also with. The link will be in the description below. Well, today we're gonna talk about the Soyuz. Hell, well, do you know what does the meaning of Soyuz? Soyuz is a spacecraft that is used like a train. What? It's a train? No, not that way train, it's a space train. This rocket was built at the time of the race of America and Russia who can go on to the moon first. At that time the Apollo 11 was built. Well, that link also I have in the description below. Well, let's go away description. First we're going to talk about the Soyuz spacecraft. The Soyuz spacecraft is a spacecraft for what you can travel to International Space Station. Well, do you know we have our space station here right up? Well, the spacecraft will be launched after it's passed over the Russia. Well, the next part is we need to check the Soyuz rocket coming up for you. Here it is. Well, let's first talk about its stages. Well, this is the first stage, this is the second stage, this is the third stage, the launch route, and inside we have our mini Soyuz spacecraft. Well, do you know it? Also, India has traveled in it too. Well, friends, do you know just one thing? That before this Soyuz spacecraft, we used space shuttles. After the space shuttle retired, the race started. And you know, this was invented at that time. Well, do you think its Soyuz do not have solar panels? Well, it will not deploy that now because now we are on land. Yes. Now time to do it. Well, do you know NASA always builds a rocket vertically, but this time the Russia builds this way. Well, do you know why do I call it train? Because the rocket is also traveled on train. That's so funny. Well, do you know how does this work? Let's just check. Do you know the Mangalyaan? Well, that way is work, but a little bit difference. Well, Soyuz will orbit Earth. Yes, and it is it. It will orbit. But do you know Mangalyaan at the perigee it was fired? But this time it will fire 2 times. And friends, this time I do not have it completely, but I'm gonna tell you that in the downer part of the Soyuz there are engines also, and the main engine have a cap on it. Well, guys, do you know that the solar panels are destroyed now? But do you know one thing? Well, when it's on perigee, it circles in the orbit. And the International Space Station is way high up, and those do not can go that way. But do you need to space stations orbit in its way, and the Soyuz will orbit on its way. But where the International Space Station is here, and now it's orbiting. The Soyuz is orbiting round and round. See. And when does it reach the main point of the Earth? The engine fires, so the orbit stretches out on the other side, and when it reaches that way, again the engine is fired to make, and at that time the orbit stretches this way. That makes it circle completely. But last time we are orbiting Earth closely, now we are orbiting further than Earth and closer to International Space Station. And the last time this way, when we reach to the International Space Station, now we need to get it to its speed. That is called the rendezvous and the rendezvous. Now the soyuz spacecraft need to get into its catch. So as it closes near, we need to slow the speed down. As it touches it, the part, now it's docked. No, not perfectly. Now the cap is not. Well friends, now it's docked to International Space Station. Now 2 astronauts or 3 were waiting them for to take them. Well, it can be used for a vehicle too. When it's an emergency, it will de-dock to International Space Station and then let the International Space Station deorbited, and Soyuz will save the people's life. Well, in this time we'll not be doing that. But for extra, I'm gonna tell you. Well, now it's time to go to astronauts to back home. Well, now the Soyuz is de-docked. Now they will catch up their speed. Now the International is far away, and now the Soyuz is good to go down. Well, friends, now this module, and now friends, this 2 module, the service module will be done like this, and now the engine will fire again at the point. So now this way will be fired upside down. So it will make the orbit closer to Earth, other side, and now it's time to both the service module and the upper module to de-dock. Now this is de-docked, and why, friends? Do you know why they are in the opposite direction? Well, friends, because they do not crash into each other near the command module or the descent module. Now it's good to go down to Earth. Now it's time for re-entry. Well, now it's re-entered and it's on the Earth. There will be lot of parachute. Little parachute bigger than the main parachute. There will be a backup parachute also to do it. Well, now the all parachutes are deployed, and to slow even more speed down, and now the rocket is, and the now soft landing thrusters are fired, and now it's landed on the Earth safely. Well, that was a quite journey. Well, friends, now it's time to the trivia time. Well, do you know we call the astronauts, and but in Russia we call cosmonauts. Well, how, friends? That's crazy and amazing. Well, for today, it's this much. And friends, do you know? Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Ring the information bell for my updates. Thank you.